evening, comrades. I hope you all doing well. Time to finally sort out the Final Fantasy XIV situation and give my final opinion about the game. But if you expect 5 to 10 minute well-edited video, well, my friend, you are in the wrong place. Originally, I have planned to make this video into review, but because of some circumstances that I'm gonna explain in the lore, I will call it like Wizard Final Fantasy XIV Adventure, and I'm gonna share my thoughts about the game, you know? And if you want to skip the lore and information, there is gonna be chapters in the description of the video below. Okay, without further ado, let's go straight into it. So I finished the free version of the game, free trial, level 60 Heavensward or 50, I don't really remember how much it was. I lightly say, character progression and combat was not to my liking, alright? To lightly say. But the story and the, you know, community was actually quite cool, so yeah, I would try, alright, let's buy the game and let's go. And I was streaming the game, maybe some people say hard, some people say casual, say 6 to 8 hours every day. Let's go. We progress the story, you know? But I didn't really care about rotations. I didn't really care about, you know, how the game should be played properly. And I was Black Mage originally, but playing Black Mage is like injecting cactus into your anus. So I relor to man mode. And as a warrior, all you need to do, you just pop up aura to aggro mobs in the dungeon, and you press Mithril Tempest and Overlord, or I don't remember the skill name already. Just one button gaming, 2 buttons, and everything went smoothly. And to be lightly said, people were upset with my gameplay. And back in the old days, I was playing all of this, you know, old school grinding MMO with the unmoderated chat. So I was pretty used to, you know, the harassment and the trash talk. That was my, you know, natural habitat. But in streaming, it eventually get into me, you know, because all of these people, every day new guy, blah, blah, your rotation trash, join my party, you know, log my run, show my parse, what the fuck you doing, blah, 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 blah. I try to explain to people, listen, guys, I'm not interested into game mechanically. I just want to complete MSQ because it's quite cool after Heavensward. It was quite interesting. Let's play the game for MSQ only. I'm not interested in mechanical part of the game because it's not to my liking, alright? But no, you know, it's continuous every day, blah, blah, blah. And so after 2 weeks, month, it finally get into me and I turn into Retribution Andy. Let's like say, what the fuck? Those guys are fucking morons. I'm gonna play this game just to find its flaws and prove them that it sucks. I'm gonna do 2-hour video and I'm gonna point every flaw and I'm gonna destroy you. Yes. So that from that point of the time, I was playing the game just to get it, like smash it, just like you're gonna suffer. And I also make the bet with the audience that okay, what's the like ride that if you complete it, then you are the guy. And they say, oh yeah, there is like this savage ride, 50% of the community is completing it, easy, you can do it. Of course, you cannot do it, you are trashing this game, blah, 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 blah. But if you can do it, then yeah, you are good. You are above average, and then you can talk to us. All right, let's go. Stormblood, Shadowbringers pass, Endworker pass. Okay, good, we're starting. All right, we're starting the rides. And then where the community of the Strummer, you may know him, Redbeard, Baldy, he have like voodoo dolls, call with the hamburger, you know. He didn't stream probably, he was like busy in those days. So some people find me and join my chat. And I have like 100, 200, 300 people, you know. And they were like funny. They were less negative than the Andes I got on YouTube, because I stream on YouTube previously. So there was like the atmosphere was way better after they joined, you know. Because the chat was filled with the rats and the cocks. That's it. I didn't see any negativity because it was like us, dicks, rats, and cocks. That's it. You know, that was funny for me, but I was like, oh my god, Twitch don't like it. It was funny for me. It was funny for them. Maybe Twitch, I think that Twitch didn't like it, you know. But hey, Twitch, listen to me, Twitch, all right? I have like peak of my gameplay, end game. You know, I'm finishing the Savage Ride. Okay, emotion. I have like 700-800 people on chat then. And they all start spamming Dick Hydras. And I'm like panicking, oh my god. Dick Hydras in full power, you know. It cannot be stopped. So I go to the Twitch panel and there is like red shield and say protect your stream with one click, you know. Protect your stream with one click. It's gonna solve your problem. So I press the button because there was lag, complete lag. Press it and after 3 seconds, okay. This function block normal chat, but Hydra Dix still on chat going strong. I was like, well, I tried. I tried Twitch, you know. They were actually funny. Anyway, fucking don't do it. I don't like it. So due to external factor and influence, this is not Final Fantasy review. This is like Final Fantasy private impressions. Okay? No more stalling. Let's go straight to the juicy part. All MMOs I played, Final Fantasy XIV, hands down, best story. Not for everyone though. It's right in, you know, specific visual novel style. Very, very bloated, very, very many details. You need to used to that kind of the story narration to actually enjoy it. So not for everyone, but amazing. Maybe some single player games, not many have better story. But in terms of in MMO landscape, Final Fantasy, the best. Hands down. I didn't play World of Warcraft though. That's the only like major MMO I skipped. Other than that, I think I played everything. The only thing I can mold about in terms of the story is inconsistency. Sometimes it's so good that I'm gonna faint because my blood in the body cannot support my massive erection. And sometimes it's so boring I want to go bed. It's just like all over the place, you know? But Endwalker, the newest expansion that I was playing, get actually better with that. There was not so much, you know, giga chat moments and toilet moments. There was like more consistent in terms of storytelling. So that's, I believe, what they're gonna go forward from now. Now let's do quick story recap, what I think about every MSQ expansion and some talk about trailers too. Alright, so let's go. Chronological order. Realm Reborn, trailer, alright, welcoming into the game, but unfortunately MSQ, misery. I want to go bed and I want to skip. That's what I remember from this part of the game. Square Enix should make like $5 game, like the visual novel. They should put some screenshots together. You go through it, the story is told, and in the end you get a code. You enter the code, boom, your character is like level 50, and you go Heavensward. That's it. That's what should be done with this part of the expansion. It's beyond salvation. There should be like special tier. Beyond salvation. It's oh. Cock. Next, Heavensward. Amazing trailer. Best trailer with the best music in the entire series. But as the story goes, it have some downs, so we give it A. But overall, good experience. Stormblood. Stormblood trailer also amazing. I like it a lot. Unfortunately, the story a bit too much bloat. If they, you know, if they make it, if they make it, you know, less fat. If they slim down the story and go straight to the, you know, juicy parts, I'll be alright. But unfortunately, too much bullshit. So yeah, it's going down. Next, Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers was amazing, but Shadowbringers also have some very boring parts. But overall, Shadowbringers story amazing, S tier. Unfortunately, a bit inconsistent. Sometimes I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna quit. That's how boring it is. But overall, the ending of the story, there was redemption arc. It was I get erection for a week after that. Unfortunately, from this expansion forward, the trailers were alright, but the music in trailers start to remind me Tesla commercial or Audi commercial, those kind of emo music. They play it when the family is buying new car, a new Audi. Endwalker, Endwalker was a bit meh. I will say it this way. Endwalker was, in terms of questing, I think was the best of all expansions, because the story didn't, fluctuate. The story was steady, good, sometimes amazing, sometimes good, sometimes a bit low, It wasn't like Shadowbringer. Shadowbringer was like Omega peaks, erection, and Omega valleys that, I want to go bad. So that was more consistent. Story was consistent, but unfortunately, it didn't amaze me. I wasn't blown away like in Shadowbringer. Shadowbringer was just send me to the moon. And Walker just bring me back from the moon back to Earth. Now, couple thoughts about Finale Endwalker that was unfortunately a bit underwhelming. It was because, due to lore, if I can extend it wrong, we are building the ship to escape our planet and save the Cadgir because our planet is dying. The ether is sucked out. The currents of ether are disturbed and people are turning into monsters. So we're building a ship and we're escaping to find another planet in the universe. But later in the story we learn that the reason for that is in the edge of the universe there is this bootleg Twitter taken over by Russian hackers that want to delete all the universe because they want to vanish our suffering by killing us. Okay, that's the plan. So what's the point is to looking into other planet if the enemy is so powerful. The enemy is so powerful that then destroy the whole universe. Okay, so escape was never an option. All this building the base, building the ship, that was, that was just silly. There is no escape. Only the fighting and winning was the only option, okay? So half of the story is basically bogus. That's how you tell it. Looking on that, the Endwalker story would fell down in the position with the Stormblood, or even lower, alright? Because that was a bit stupid. Half of the story, this doesn't really matter. Fight was the only option. Fortunately, there is one cutscene. There is one amazing cutscene that completely carried Endwalker over previous expansion, except Shadowbringers, and, elevated to masterpiece.
So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth,
he shall walk.
That was so good. That was amazing. Anyway, when I was streaming this part of the game, I was using all my mental force, all my mental fortitude to not crack down on the stream, because those bitches gonna clip me and there is gonna be no way back. I will be tied to Final Fantasy XIV forever. I was tricked so hard, but yeah, I didn't crack on this part. And yeah, that was amazing, and that cutscene elevate the Endwalker to the Shadowbringers level. Everything else was meh. The Xenos part, the Xenos coming in, and then you ride on his back to get the Twitter. That was also cool. But everything else was... And yeah, I enjoyed the story a lot. And for the finale, I will say just fuck Pint for his, you know, video thumbnails that always spoil me the story. My second favorite part about Final Fantasy XIV were raids. Square Enix managed to find this sweet spot, this golden line, where the content is hard enough to push you to your limits. You are bent out of your shape, but it's not crazy bullshit that you start piecing molten lava, you know? No RNG, something happen, and 2 damage to more and boss enraged. No. You failed, you die, it's because your fault, not because some RNG cocks. That's I like the most about it. People often asked me on stream how this compares to Lost Ark, because I was also active in Lost Ark grading, okay? So let's start with the bottom. A, EU, and NA is meme. We don't even compare this version of the game to any hard, okay? It's meme. Then let's talk about Korean retail and Russian retail, where I was also playing. So the commander raids on release were pretty challenging, but as the times go on, gear make the raids completely obsolete, okay? And the problem is, players do got access to gear that completely obsoletes the raid on the beginning. You know, the raid is not even out, and you can't have the gear if if you have enough munja to completely obsolete the raid on its release. One person can do it. One person have enough damage to kill the boss, and 7 just can assist and do 1 or 2 mechanic. That's it. And as it comes to nightmare difficulty or infernal in EU, that's actually on par with the savage, I believe, or above savage. You don't see HP of the boss, and you don't predict what happened next. You need to do your mechanics on reaction, but it's still far away from the ultimate level in Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV ultimates are different dimension. It's different universe. That's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for watching, and thank all of my subscribers and supporters that make this video possible. And see you next time.
Tinker Skin Editor makes it easy for you to customize your player's skin into pretty much anything you want.
Before we start serious talk, however, we need to first pull down all of these levitating Final Fantasy Andes. For them, Yoshi P is savior that bring light to us sinners, and Final Fantasy XIV is the greatest thing that happened to humanity in its whole history. Most common argument is that Final Fantasy numbers are best in MMO industry, and it automatically elevates the game to be masterpiece. Well, let's look at it in another way. Let's take population of USA and merge it with EU. Then double it down and boom, you have China. There may be some shitty MMO like Stone Simulator that you don't even know it exists, and it's very popular in that part of the world. For more casual experience, let's think about McDonald's. There are probably vastly more people having cheeseburger now than the people having a steak. And we can all agree that steak is superior to McDonald's cheeseburger. And that's what Final Fantasy XIV is. A fast food MMO designed for the wide range of the customers. It have its good sides like monetization. No matter if you come to McDrive with Lamborghini or with a Corolla, everyone wait in the same lane for their Big Mac. But it also have its downside, like bare bone, uninspired character customization and development. It's like hamburger and you get only beef patty inside. And don't get me wrong, I love fast food. You can tell by looking on my fat ass. But I'm looking for some distinctive, exciting flavors. In Final Fantasy, it's exactly the same. You get your, special dish, Christmas special, savage or top. You do it for 1, 2, 3 months and then you fuck off. So to summarize the game design, it's, you are our valued customer. We don't want you to feel that you are behind or inferior. You go to the dungeon, people drop level, people's gear are sync. You go to the outside, there is Fate Quest. And then, if someone wants to help you, they need to level down their character. You are our special guest. You pay some extra smackaroos, you get Boosty Boy. Boom, 1, 2, 3 weeks and your character is in pair with the people that play this game for 10 years. It is good. For some people, it is. For some people, not. But let's leave it on the side for the moment and jump into my bigger complaint. Combat. Combat in Final Fantasy XIV feels like dog shit. And I was quite puzzled why people were defending it. I was like, yeah, maybe it's too much copium overdose or some shit. It feels so bad. It feels like a wooden dick on the desert. It's... I cannot even express how shitty it is. And then I see all of these people saying that you don't know shit. You need to level up, you need to do endgame content. So yeah, I level up and I make endgame content and I discovered the reason. Imagine washing the dishes. Repetitive circular motion that you do every day, probably, if you don't have wash machine. And then imagine that while you are washing the dishes, you are running through the desert and the helicopter is shooting you with minigun. Then, this is exactly Final Fantasy XIV. When you go to endgame encounter, it's no longer about the combat. You don't care, you just wash your dish and you're running from 1000 mechanics. That's why it feels good. But you escape the dungeon, you go out from the dungeon, and it's dog shit again, you washing the dishes. This is Wizard Entertainment channel, so of course I need some bootleg scuffed chart to prove my point. In this chart I'm gonna compare other games like Black Desert and Lost Ark Combat to Final Fantasy. On this chart on the left you can see effort, how much time, how much passion you need to put, and how much power it's gonna give you in the game. So let's say I play for a week and I put hundreds hours of effort and then it's gonna triple my damage. Let's begin with the Black Desert. I didn't play this game in the ages, but this is how it was back then. So you begin, you get your, of course, your gear, then you have your skill tree, then you put your skill on the bar. Then you discover, oh, I can actually input some command, and I can access the skill not through a skill bar, but through the command. So you get this. Then you upgrade your gear, alright? You upgrade your gear, you get your skill, you get your rotation, okay, you get more and more power, and then starts the cactus, the not fun part. You need like a villa above, you go fishing to get, you know, special potions, and then when you start scraping the barrel for the like 1-2 digit % improvements. And then when the game start to feel cactus in anus. Similar story with this Devloster. You get your gear, you upgrade your gear, then you upgrade your level, then you have your skill tree. Skill tree, okay, you choose this skill, these skills are alright, you upgraded the skills. Then you go into engraving and you are alright. But then you need to squeeze this extra %. Okay, cards start, oh my god, cards sucks ass. Then you have your team synergy, this class, synergy good with this class. Okay, 1% more damage. 9-8, 9-7 casino stones, 9-8, just to get this one extra engraving and do like 3% more damage. And finally, Final Fantasy XIV. You get your gear, you get your rotation more or less right, and that's it. Spreadsheet starts right after that to optimize your positioning on the boss or squeeze like 1 or 2 potions in your rotation. No skill tree, no item sets, no upgrades, 1 rotation, bone-dry desert dick.
Shitty wizard, how dare you criticize the best game on the planet? You cannot even do proper rotation on the warrior that involves 3 buttons.
You should probably see the clip playing behind me of Mr. Vladimir Putin. And if you have paid attention to his right hand is stiff. Why his right hand is stiff? This is a reminder of his past days as a KGB agent. They were trained so the right hand is steady and stationary so he can quickly pull off his gun. And if you play this game for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, you don't even know, you no longer even think what to press. You build your muscle memory, and I can wake up your 3 AM or 4 AM and you can do it, and then you can go back to the bed. So it's trivial for you to do it, but for me who think what to press and then need to pay attention to intensive boss mechanics, it's not that easy.
Excuses, skill issue, hehehe.
It's easy to mold and complain, but it's not so easy to suggest something constructive. So those are 2 changes that I will do to improve the combat situation. Simple, distinctive animation across character roles for its essential skill set. So I don't need to pay attention to small ass buff bar. Examples of use? I'm watching Xenovot, he's playing Paladin or Gunbreaker Lancer. I am Warrior, he is using the skill, I have no idea what it do, but it have distinctive defense animation, boom, it's defense skill. I don't need to know Paladin or Gun Lancer or Dark Knight. I can reproduce it on my Warrior. The moment my damage buff is down, I know it and I can do it. Also team says if I suck, they immediately see, oh yeah, he dropped the damage buff. And third, let's say the healers see that I have invul or defense, or I don't need to heal this guy, I can heal other guy. Second thing I would like to see is audio-visual feedback when you do your skills right or wrong. Let's see this short clip how other games do it. Most of you probably never played this game, but you can immediately tell by the animation visuals where is the stronger version and where is the weaker version, when I press right and when I press wrong. Final Fantasy demands from you like perfect execution in DPS check, but don't tell you how to do it. You need to do your research. That's a bit downside for me. And yet that's all I have for you in the terms of combat. let's be honest, they do not gonna rework all of this system and flash it. So I think that's reasonable improvements that will help me. I don't know if we can help you. Anyway, to the next one. You ladies and gentlemen love drama, so let's comment and examine all the drama events that happened during my playthrough. For starters, let's talk about the ring and dice riding drama. I see two main factors in this story that I want to talk about. Factor number one is the game is designed for casuals and advertised towards casuals. 99% of the game is Disneyland amusement park. And then when you complete this 99% of the game, you go to another dimension. The top right is like complete different universe. And those guys think they're still in Disneyland. But no, it's fake city in the nuclear testing site. The bomb gonna drop soon and they still discuss, oh yeah, your pants color do not match our group color. Second factor in this story is my perspective as someone who organized those type of rides for more than 8 for 20, 60 people. Making schedule for ride is complete disaster. You need to work around people shift, night shift, day shift, middle shift. Oh, my dog is sick. My girlfriend is crying. This is disaster itself. That's why I do not negotiate with the terrorism. My party, my rules. Where you don't like it, see ya, baby. Thank you very much. Boom, blog if you try to discuss with me. Those party leaders should not discuss with anyone and explain them why you kick them. This is not necessary. That's my party. I make the rules. If you don't like it, there is multiple more options. There is no need to have 10-hour conversation about someone's feelings. There is no time for feelings because there is time for progress. And that kind of situation tell me that those guys lack the proper hardcore ride mindset. You do what the guy in the lead say and you don't question him. Those guys are still in Disneyland, they don't know where they are. I can't believe it's real, but it's actually real. How can a simple house accessory cause so much drama? But let's skip layer 1 and layer 2 and go straight to the bottom, like racist accusations and pedo accusations. Gee. For me, personally, questionable characters in games, it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh, I see Lalafell in swimsuit. Oh, it's Wednesday 5. This shit started like way back then. 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I remember when I started playing Lineage 2, it was already there. 20 years ago. And now, you have the game that is advertised towards complete casual audience. The game is advertised towards your mom and your dad. It advertised towards people that think, he's playing violent games when you shoot people. I'm sure he's gonna next be involved in some shooting in some schools. Or you play some questionable age character. Aha! I detect you like Predator now. Gotcha! So, you can expect that type of the comments if you invite those type of the people into your game and you advertise towards them. Races in Final Fantasy are fictional and non-existent. If someone is racist toward you and don't like you, just block him. If he avoid the ban, boom, toss and get his account flashed. And people who want to do erotic role-playing Balmog as Lalafels, let them do it. Let them have fun, you know? It's fantasy world, and you should guys chill. And now good old cheating. So, what I'm gonna say now may upset a lot of people, but hey, it is what it is. Oh, this, what you see on the screen, is also a bit community fault, your fault. You know why? Because you turn the game that was not designed for the competition, the mode. This is not designed for rivalry, for rat race, who warfare. That was not designed with that in mind. And in competition, and you put it in the spotlight. Oh, who's gonna be first winner? Oh! So it attracts bad actors that want to, you know, sip on the fame. Similar thing happened with the Super Mario Smash Brothers. This game was also not designed for the competition, but some, you know, neckbeard sweatlords put it on, you know, on the map as tournament, and they have, like, you know, sexual allegation drama all the time. Every month there is something. So this is also a bit this game not designed for that. For example, let's take another game that is designed for the competition. Age of Empires 2 strategy game. You have wild support for mods, everything is allowed, and this is highly competitive game with the tournaments between the players. And how this thing is solved? When you play a match with another player, the game save all of your movement, mouse, all your action, everything is saved to the file and upload to the server. And if you have any, you know, issues and you have any suspicious, you can rewatch every match online, what every person pressed and what was their action, so you can spot the cheater immediately and flash their accounts. Final Fantasy do not have this option because the game was not designed for in competition in mind. Square Enix is also partially to blame. Making a cheat is not like making a sandwich overnight, you know? You need to have some knowledge and some incentive. And now comes Square Enix with its game design. 1-2 week with Boosty Boy and you can enter endgame content. So the cheat developers have the wide audience to develop for and to sell for. So they have incentive to do it. If requirements to enter were like 2 months, 1 month before you can enter, then there will be less incentive to create that types of tool. Look on the Tarkov or look of the shooting games, you know? You have very low requirements to enter and you have Omega cheating there. And with that being said, we have arrived on the end of the video. Thank you very much, my supporters that make this video possible. Also, big thanks for the Final Fantasy XIV community that welcomed me very warmly, helped me a lot. I got a blast. Really, I didn't expect that the game gonna be good. Unfortunately, this is not the flavor I am looking for. I'm looking for this old excitement that I have back in old days in all MMOs. When you build something together, you know, the game is complex and I have like experts that I can geek with about it.
Okay, you can have my money, but don't shoot though. Don't shoot, okay? If you got that Mercury silencer, it's good for recall, but still pretty loud.
Oh, you got the Mercury on there, boy? Hell yeah, boy. But like, you know that's top tier accessory though.
Oh, you got that tack laser so you can hit that subscribe button. I see you.
Subscribe.
Plus that collapsible stock in the back.
Oh, for real? Where? In the back? In the back right here?
Yeah, boy, you don't see that collapsible.
And if you want to prove me that this game is not Bone Dry Desert Dig for your mom to play, visit my Twitch. I stream every day, 17 UK time, 11 Texas time, or 18 Berlin time. That's all I have today. That's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video and hopefully see you soon next time. Not in 3 months.